السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين. أهلا بالحضور الكرام ضيوفنا وأعضاء هيئة التدريس طالباتنا العزيزات. أهلا بكم في السيمينار الأول، هذه الجلسة الثانية، اليوم الثاني، الجلسة الثالثة بإذن الله. Welcome everyone to our first seminar for graduation project in computer science for girls division only. And this is the second day, and this is the third session. And I especially would like to welcome our honored guest, Dr. Sarah Sharif, who has taken a couple of her time to be with us in spite of her busy schedule, to give our students a friendly feedback and to comment on your project. And I would like to bring to your attention, please, we are running a very tight schedule, and in order to finish at the time, please, each group should submit on their time. You will see a timer on the screen, on the video. That will time your presentation. You're allowed only 10 minutes and 5 minutes for comments and feedback. And if you didn't finish within the time, the 10 minutes, I'm afraid I have to stop. Let's start with the first group in this session, group number 14. The project called Kids Guard. It's about kids in playground. This project is supervised by Dr. Hanan Al-Shambari, and it is a software-based project. Group members are Bayan, Samir, Umar Bagi, Muruj Abdullah, Rahim, Ibrahim, Razan Ghazi, and Shahad Abdul Latif Al-Rahaili. Please start your presentation now.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Bayan from group 14, and I will show you the Kids Card project, and our supervisor is Dr. Hanan Al-Shambari. Our story, I will tell you the beginning of our work on graduation project. Beginning in March, we started brainstorming to find an idea for the project. Then in June, the summer training began, which we chose to be in robotics field and artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things. Then in August, we chose an initial idea and presented to Dr. Ilham Hassanein, who helped us to define the idea of the project better. We thanks here. Then at the beginning of September, we early defined the idea of the project. Finally, at the end of September, we submit our proposal. Outline, introduction, then modification, project idea, related work, proposed solution, finally methodology. Our graduation project surfaces the field of artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things. And through it, we aim to solve problems facing society, which is loss of children. Our smart robot guards aim to protect children from losing in the playground, and this gap that we will solve. This proposed robot will support providing protection through face detection and linking kids' information via an application. Now, Rahim will continue with you and tell you a story to explain the idea of the project.
Focus with me on this story. Once upon a time, a mother wanted to reward her son and promised to take him to the playground. And when the promised day came, urgent matter occurred to her, but she couldn't break her promise to her son. So she decided to search for a safe playground where she could leave her son and go. She found a playground guarded by a robot. This impressed her, and she downloaded the app to book an appointment for her son, issued a barcode to enter, and went to the playground. Upon its arrival, she passed the barcode on the camera of the robot. The robot captured the kid's face to identify it by face detection. The kid entered the playground and was so happy. Then the mother went to her work comfortably. After half an hour later, she wanted to check on her kid, so she watched him through the live broadcast in the app. After the time over, a notification message arrived to the mother to inform her that the time had ended and the exit barcode was issued. So she went to take out her son and pass the barcode on the camera of the robot. And the robot captured the kid's face to verify it by face recognition. Then they went at home.
After hearing our story that clarifies the area of the project, I was present to you the three main objectives, which are as follows. 1. Registration of kids' entry and exit by the parents through the application. 2. Kids recognition and monitoring through the technology section. 3. Reducing the percent of kids losing in playground. Our project consists of 4 basic components. The stakeholders are parents who register the kids from application to enter the playground, and kids who enter the playground, and the mobile application that links it to the robot system.
Hi, I will continue with you the presentation. Let's review and related work. Proposes the outdoor guard robot. The author uses ground surveillance radar to detect the moving for large unmet area. This paper proposed a self-propelled patrolling vehicle, which can move automatically to either range and record the monitored image by AB cam within a predefined patrolling route. Besides, the user can use the mobile device or website connect to the vehicle at any time and anywhere, and control it to move to the position to get the indoor image user wants. And the proposed solution for our project: 1. Monitoring the kids through live broadcast. 2. Communication with the kid's guardian with the mobile application when the playing time ends, so the kids will be taken by the guardian. 3. Activate the barcode for entry and exit of kids. 4. Using face detection and face recognition technology to distinguish between kids and ensure the kids image with entering or leaving the playground. Methodology and usage approach. In our project, we are going to design a robot that can react to the user. So we'll use plan-driven process, which all activity are planned in advance, and we will use waterfall model, and we will program software application using Swift language and MySQL database. In face detection and recognition technology, we need Python language, and we will use Arduino to program sensor using C++ language. At the end, we will show you some hardware used in robots. First, Arduino. Arduino is an electronic development board that is programmed by the computer. And DC motor. DC motor is, we will use it to move the wire in our robot. And each bridge is a link between the DC motor and the Arduino. Raspberry Pi is embedded computer to apply the artificial agent algorithm for face detection. It can run multiple programs at the same time. And we will use camera to face detection and recognition and scan and read the barcode. And we will use a tablet to show the notification and message. And finally, we will use ultrasonic sensor to sense the distance of kids when they're moving away from the playground. Thank you for listening. If you have any question, feel free to ask.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for your presentation. So first, thank you so much for your presentation. It's a nice idea and very useful one to have, especially for working mom or busy mom. And first of all, I just need to get some ideas to clarify it a bit. You said that you will use face detection and face recognition, right? So what's the difference between these two? What is the difference between face detection and face recognition?
طيب الفيس ديتكشن هنستخدمه في مشروعنا إنه نتعرف على وجه الطفل ونحفظه في الداتابيس بحيث إنه لما يدخل نحفظ معلومات الطفل مع شكل الفيس، ولما يجي يخرج هنتحقق منه بالفيس ريكوجنيشن بحيث الطفل يدخل هو نفسه اللي خرج.
What exactly do you save? Do you know that? Is it the same picture exactly or something else?
الفيس ديتكشن بس بيتعرف على الوجه، الريكوجنيشن على التفاصيل يعني الحركات ملامح الوجه.
Okay, so I'm rephrasing what you're saying. So you say that face detection is for comparing between two features, right? And face recognition is getting these features and save it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. That's correct. And another question that I would ask you, can you get back to the, okay, you can't get back, no, that's fine. In the picture that you have your devices for the robot, you get some, like an Arduino. There's two modules, Arduino and Raspberry, right? Raspberry Pi and Arduino Uno.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the difference between these two? Can't you just use one of them?
Yes, الأردوينو أونو هو نفس قطعة التحكم اللي حنبرمج فيها.
Okay.
والروزبري. Yes. الروزبري باي هو حيكون تقريبا كل حاجة حتكون متحكمة فيه، سواء برمجة الفيس ديتكشن الفيس ريكوجنيشن حيكون معتمدة عليه، وفي النهاية حنربطهم هم الاثنين بالقطعة اللي اسمها الاتش بريدج.
Yeah, so my question is, can't you just use one of them? Can you just program directly Raspberry Pi?
No, لازم نحتاجهم الاثنين كلهم مع بعض.
Sure about
يعني إيه.
في
مشروعنا حنحتاجهم كل القطعتين سوا.
So just in general, the playground that you're talking about, is it a closed area? Is it a closed room, for example, or somewhere that is closed, that has one entrance, for example, or it is an open area?
Yes, closed area.
It's a closed area.
Yes.
So, and there is a robot in the gate of that area that will
exactly.
Children will be checked and checked out through it, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so you said, okay, one of the things that you are working on, that it's monitoring the children. How would you monitor the children?
عن طريق الكاميرا اللي حتكون موجودة في الروبوت. من خلال التطبيق تستطيع البيرنت إنها تفتح برودكاست تقدر تشوف كامل منطقة اللعب من خلال الكاميرا اللي موجودة في الروبوت، والروبوت حيتحرك حول السور اللي في منطقة اللعب المسورة يعني أو المغلقة.
Okay, so I would recommend that you're changing that to allow monitoring the kids. Because when you say monitoring children, that means the system itself will monitor the children. So if anything happened to that kid in that playground, you will have some detection or alarm that will fire off saying, okay, there is a problem in the playground. This is not covered in your project, right? For example, if there is an incident or two kids fighting together, your program or your system won't interfere with that.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yes, inshallah.
Okay. So just think about it more. It's a brilliant idea, but personally, I'm not sure about you, but personally, I won't leave my kid without supervision. Supervision meaning no adult is around. There's always an adult needed, okay, for monitoring and supervision, not for losing the kids, because losing the kids is your system is brilliant. We'll solve that problem. But when we are talking about monitoring, that's a huge thing. So you need another whole technology for that, like activity detection, and you make sure that no kids are fighting or anything like that, okay? So I would recommend that you just change that to allow monitoring so you won't get such questions.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Zan.
Okay, thank you so much for
yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, okay. We'll go to the next group quickly. The project is about blind image correction using image processing. This group is supervised by Dr. Al-Qura, and it's a research-based group. Their group members are Asira Al-Habshi, Shawd Al-Kharashi, Asya Al-Matrafi, Samara Al-Thaqafi, and Sarah Al-Salamani. Please start your presentation now.
طيب السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My name is Samar Talal Al-Thaqafi from Team Through Our Eyes. The team name was inspired by the research subject. The group number is 15 and our supervisor is Dr. Arij Al-Freh. Me and my friend Sarah Mohammed, we will present the project seminar today. Our project is a research project. Its name is Colorblind Image Correction Using Image Processing. It's in the field of color vision. To understand our research idea, you guys must first understand how do we see colors. First, the lens in the human eyes focuses the light into the retina. So, what is retina? Retina is the inner surface of the back of the eyeball. It's composed of several layers, including the one that contains specialized cells called photoreceptors. Retina consists of two types of photoreceptors, rods and cones. So, what is rods and cones? Rods are sensitive to light, while cones are sensitive to colors. Cones consist of three types, which are L, M, and S wavelengths. They are sensitive to red, green, and blue colors respectively. So, how do we see the pink, purple, or any other colors? We see it by the combination of the wavelengths. So, what will happen if there is a weak or a miss in one of the three cones? Unfortunately, we will suffer from color blind. So, what is a color blind? People have a misconception about colorblind individuals, is that they can only see the world in black and white. Indeed, colorblind individuals have a failure to distinguish between some colors. There is three types of colorblind. So, there's three types of colorblind: monochromacy, dichromacy, and anomalous trichromacy. Based on the Colorblind Awareness website, there are approximately 300 million people with color blindness, almost the same number of the population in the USA. In our research paper, we will focus on dichromacy colorblind. It's when one cone of the three cones, L, M, or S, is missing. This type is divided into three subtypes. The first type is protanopia, which is the missing in the L cone. This means protanopia individuals cannot perceive red colors. The second type is deuteranopia, which is the missing in the M cone. This means deuteranopia individuals cannot perceive green colors. The third type is tritanopia, which is the missing in the S cones. This means tritanopia individuals cannot perceive blue colors. As I said before in our research, we will focus on dichromacy, and especially on protanopia and deuteranopia, which are red-green blindness. This is an example of how a normal vision sees. They see a colorful image, while in the condition of deuteranopia and protanopia, which is red-green color blindness, they don't perceive the same colors. Also, we have another example, which is Among Us game. As you see, a normal color vision can distinguish all the colors, while the condition of deuteranopia and protanopia, which is the red-green color blindness, they cannot distinguish between colors. They usually see a difference in colors, and maybe they see the same colors in some cases.
Okay guys, have you ever thought of the importance of the color in our life? Or did you imagine your life without colors? Even the small things in our life considered as big challenges in the colorblind individual's life, because they face many problems in their daily life, such as reading traffic lights, because they cannot distinguish between the red and green and yellow colors. And also playing games, because some games depend on the distinction between colors. And these individuals also face limitation in jobs. It's difficult for them to work as a web designer, because this field involves a lot of colors. And also difficult to be doctors due to the treatment or diagnosis of patients. They cannot be artists, because this career heavily involves colors. And there is a lot of other limitations in their life. Image processing subjects inspired us to dive in this field. Thus, we discovered this group of people and we saw their challenges and limitations in life. That is why we decide to put the light on them in our research. By producing a publishable survey, inshallah, for dichromacy individuals that determine the best algorithm based on our research criteria, which is limitation and performance. Based on our field, many research provide techniques to help colorblind individuals, such as colorblind glasses and the colorblind test that you to diagnose which type of colorblind the person has. And also there are simulations, that show how the colorblind individuals see. And also there are colorblind filters that help them to perceive a color. And there are many produced algorithms that help in correction the images. In our research, inshallah, we will compare between 3 algorithms, which are LMS, Daltonization algorithm. It's technique for adjusting color in images, or a sequence of images for improving the color perception by colorblind individuals. The second algorithm called lab color correction. It's algorithm to modify the reds and green on an image to enhance the color contrast and clarify the perception of a colorblind individual. The last algorithm called the colorblind filter service algorithm used to modify images in order to make the red and green more recognizable for dichromatic individuals. Our research question, inshallah, can the CVD individuals or colorblind individuals perceive the lost color in the images after correction? What is the most effective color correction algorithm to improve the visualization experience for CVD individuals based on the criteria of the survey? And by our methodology, inshallah, the results we will know the answer, which our methodology is, after collecting our data set, we will take the RGB image as an image. Then we will simulate it by simulation tool to convert the images to the perception of the chosen colorblind type to understand how do they see. Then we will apply on it the image color correction algorithm to correct the simulated image by all the 3 algorithms. Finally, we will show the results and compare them. This is all for today. Thank you for listening. We are ready to hear from you. Sallallahu barak.
Thank you so much. I think it was Samar and Sarah, right? Thank you so much for your presentation. It's really, mashallah, it's really brilliant. The way you convince us and you show your motivation very well. So bravo alaikum, mashallah. Let's get back a bit for your methodology, if you allow me to ask. You have you started with inputting your image, and then you do simulation, and after that you apply your algorithm for correction. But can you explain or elaborate more, or why do you need the simulation step here?
I will explain for you, Dr. Sarah.
Okay.
Simulation, as we said before, it's to show us how color vision deficiency individuals see. So we need to convert the original image to their perception, to take that image and then modify it by the color correction algorithms. So we need it.
Won't that be automated or already programmed in your algorithms?
Well, some algorithms don't provide that, and some do. Like we said, LMS Daltonization, we will use that algorithm. It will convert, from the same algorithm. It has conversion, but other algorithms don't have.
So what do the other algorithms do? If they don't do the conversion?
If they don't do the simulation, they just correct the image.
So just correct me if I'm wrong. You already programmed, or at least the algorithm know exactly what the target image will be, right? The corrected version, I mean.
Yes, but we will use a new dataset and a new images. So we have some techniques to know if that output image will be correct or not.
Okay. So, for example, if I input an image that's actually in grayscale, it's in black and white, okay? Will will that be recognized or be corrected in any way?
No, because إن الهدف تبعنا إن تكون الصورة RGB نفس اللي إحنا نقدر نشوفها الألوان.
Okay.
إحنا ما نشوف يعني الحياة الطبيعية، إحنا نقصد يعني مو بالصور، إحنا نشوف الألوان. هذا المقصد من ال RGB image إن نحتاجها.
Okay, great. Okay, and my next question is, you will rely on your results, how you will measure between, or you compare between these algorithms. I will assume from what you present that you are using subjective tests. That means you will have some people around and you will ask them, is this corrected or not? Is that correct?
Actually, due to the coronavirus, as you know, we cannot do that. So we search a little bit more and we find out some algorithms to help in to show us if that image is correct or not. They do some calculation between the original image and the output image to know if the pixel got enhanced or not.
Okay. So personally, I would prefer an automated way to measure rather than subjective test is a good method to do, but the problem with it is usually take a long time. That's first thing. Second thing is you have to diagnose first the people, because you need CVD people, right? Who are suffering from color blindness to get into that test first, and then you get their answers. You might get that with some of these websites that provide such services, but as I said, it usually takes a long time. So an algorithm or an automated method is much preferable in that situation. And that's all for me, actually. Thank you so much for your presentation. That was really brilliant, and hope you get the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Sarah. And all group 15. We'll move on to the group 16, yes. This project is called Fun Time. It's an application that displays live stream for several places around the world. This project is also supervised by Dr. Is Retina. It is a software-based project, and their group members are عهود الزبير، نورة، محمد فالح، لينا شبقاني، هنادي محمد السباعي، بشاير القرشي.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Hello everyone. My name is عهود خالد الزبير, and I am here today to talk about our project, which is called Fine, and it is under the supervision of Dr. Arija Freh. Have you enjoyed with us? The world around us has developed, and the spread of global entertainment events from different countries has increased, such as the end of the year or vacations and others, which contributed to increasing the general rate of travel to attend and enjoy them. But we may face problems that prevent us from traveling, such as modern diseases such as the corona pandemic, known as COVID-19, and perhaps problem at work or the lack of the suitable plane and other reasons. And also during travel, we may face some difficulties in identifying the famous place, such as cafes, parks, and others. This is why we thought about our project, which is an application called Fine. The field of the project is computer science, multimedia, specifically streaming media. And the benefit and importance of the application lies in seeing and directly following up new plays of global fame, bearing people before traveling, and the ease of attending and watching international events from anywhere. This technology is done by sending the video streamed over the internet in real time without recording, storing it, so that the person watch the event at the same time. And in the present time, the live stream has become more popular in the world, because it helps in viewing and monitoring the location of the imaging area despite the location barrier. It is not crowded. It is gaining traction quickly and people use it daily. It is also very cheap compared to reality and is completely free. You don't need any special equipment, software or hardware. All it takes is a smartphone and watch live stream. It is so easy. The advantage of our application is to serve all ages so that everyone can enjoy learning about different cultures and world-famous entertainment shows. And also our application is characterized by the support of the Arabic language. Of course, there are other systems that support this technology, but it is only available in foreign language like English, French, Chinese. In addition to this, such as EarthCam, Webcam Taxi, WorldCams, and Skyline Webcam. There are applications, but they require payment of sum of money. Or the brands of advertisement in them frequently causes inconvenience to the user.
Our application show live stream of different places and regions around the world. This process is done by taking a link of live stream from different platforms in internet. In addition to displaying information such as weather, temperature, day and date of the live stream place. Our application allows the user to choose the way to display the area in which the live stream will take place through show option, through search or map. The search option allows the user to type the name of the event location. When choosing the map option, the user will be showing a map in which the areas where the live stream is available are located. Then the live stream is easily displayed with information about the region showing. Of course, all of this done is quickly and easily for the user. We will follow the waterfall methodology in our work on this project, which is the method follow of driven process model, and will be also add the feedback process to it. Our application is entertaining and fun, and our ambition is to display as many events as possible, such as the end of calendar year and beautiful places such as the forests of Africa and world gardens and others.
At the end of our conversion, thank you for your kind attention, and we're happy that you like our project. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much. First, thank you so much for your presentation. It's really nice, and the idea is clear. You have a very precise target to get to, and that's always nice thing to have. My question is, it just occurred to me that when you look into such stream or live stream links, they usually come with copyrights. Did you think or search about that? I'm just wondering, truly. So it's not about a question about the methodology itself, but about the feasibility of it, legality of it, let's say. Is it legal to do that? Usually when you go, okay, if I'm offering, I'm thinking on a business word, okay? When you think about the other party or the event host who actually made all these expenses for people to buy tickets and come and watch, okay? Or at least pay like of these services that you mentioned. So my question is, will that be legal just to streamline or to do a live stream without their consent. Some of these events are, you can do that, but I would imagine not all of them. Have you looked into that?
معلش دكتورة، بس تقدر توضح لنا السؤال بالعربي؟
Okay. طيب، عندنا قانونيا هل مسموح لنا أن نأخذ روابط ونعرضها بدون إذن أصحابها؟
هي غالبا الإيفنتات اللي بنعرضها ما حيكون لها مدونات خاصة. يعني في أماكن يسمح لها العروض، مثلا زي برج إيفل، شيكنا على اللينك تبعه موجود، يعني عادي مسموح. ونفس الشيء برضو في غابات إفريقيا كانت مسموحة وما في أي إشكالية. فهذه الأشياء طبعا إحنا بنفكر فيها وحنمشي على أساسها، لأنه في النهاية تحتاج أذونات خاصة وما نقدر نتعدى عليها.
Okay, بالضبط. That's what I meant. So before, I would imagine that you should put a certain checking or validation process before just adding any link. Okay, so your application won't be used illegally in the future. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so that was my biggest concern, to be honest. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, clear. Thank you.
Okay, what I meant is don't rely on the user's validation or morals just to allow it. At the end, you made this platform and you have to put some rules on how to use it. And currently, computing ethics is very, it has a vibe now, and everyone is talking about it. It's all software should have some ethical rules around it. So try to think about some validation process on how to add a way to make sure that this actually you have a permission to be distributed without, or at least with permit. Okay?
Okay.
And good luck. The idea is really nice and your application is fun, and it's a really nice thing to have, inshallah. I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ibrahim, for the stage. And next project is Group 17. It's an intelligent road condition detector. I think it's a complete for another project that's been made last year. It was supervised by Dr. Ahmed Al-Hindi. It's also supervised by Dr. Ahmed Al-Hindi, Dr. also. It's a software-based project. Their group members are. Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ibrahim, for the stage. And next project is Group 17. It's an intelligent road condition detector. I think it's a complete for another project that's been made last year. It was supervised by Dr. Ahmed Al-Hindi. It's also supervised by Dr. Ahmed Al-Hindi, Dr. also. It's a software-based project. Their group members are Arwa Komo, Sarah Al-Hamidi, Mawadda Hanbali, Fatma Sharif, and Nada Ramli. Please start your presentation now. You have the permission.
Assalamu alaikum. We will start the presentation of our graduation project, Mahid, supervised by Dr. Ahmed Al-Hindi. On behalf of my team, allow me to extend a warm welcome to you. Let me introduce myself and my team. First, my name is Sarah Ahmedi, and we have Arwa Komo, the leader of our project. Then Mawadda Hanbali, Nada Rambo, and Fatma Sharif. I will highlight the point that we will talk about in this presentation. First, we have the introduction and motivation. Second, we will talk about the project idea. Third, we are going to talk about phases of our project. Fourth, what is the chosen methodology to build the project? Last but not least, the project progress. And at the end, we will present how we are going to implement the app. So let's start.
Before I start, I would like to thank the committee members for this opportunity and everyone here, including my sister, for their time and attention this evening. Can anyone here guess what's happening in this photo? Let me give you a hint. It is something that happens regularly every time you get out of your house and get into your car or possibly ride your car. And I'm sure that every single one of you had experienced this for hopefully many, many times. Did you figure it out yet? This, my dear audience, what it feels like when you drive over a pothole, or more generally, road damages. You know, I just discovered that road damages are a real troublemaker because it doesn't only ruin your mood or your good nap in the car or spoiling your hot coffee all over you. And please, let us take a moment of silence to everyone who's been in this situation before. Okay, we're running out of time, so let's continue. Road damages can successfully ruin your beloved car. Yeah, a complete tragedy. The Ministry of Transport is already trying their best to detect this problem, the road damages problem, but we, the citizens of Mecca, still encountering this problem. So where's the issue? The issue is the procedure they are following to detect road damages consumes a great deal of time and effort. So how do we, as a computer science student, can use technology to solve this problem? And there, where our project idea was born. I'm Nada Rambo, and as a developer of Mahid application, I would like to introduce you to this project, which we believe it would significantly reduce the number of road damages, which not only improve the lives of the citizens, but also improve this beautiful city of Makka. Now, I'll leave you with my fellow developer for the implementation of this project.
I will continue. I am Arwa Kamo by presenting the project idea. I will specifically talk about what you can do in Mahid application. So here is the scenario. The user is driving while using the application to collect data using embedded smartphone sensor, accelerometer gyroscope. This sensor can capture vibration in car movement when driving over road damage and convert these vibrations into numbers. The collected data is stored in Mahid database. The system will take the stored data, transfer it to the pre-trained machine learning model. After the pre-trained machine learning model analyzes it and processes the data, after the machine learning analyzes it and processes the data, it will be able to give the prediction whether it's road damage or not. At the same time, the location of the road damage will be displayed on maps. Each time machine learning model detects a road damage, the system will create reported tickets. All reported tickets will store at Mahid database. The user can track the report state from history, all done with one click by the user. After the idea, I'll go through the phases of our project. We have 3 phases. First is building data collection application to collect data. In phase 2, we will take the data comes from data collection application to build our machine learning model. After that, we will start building Mahid application that contains the detection of road damages using the pre-trained machine learning model. So that was the phases to our project. Let's see the methodology. We start coding and building data collection application by the first semester. So Agile is the methodology that we are using. And by that, here is the next topic, project progress, using this methodology. I will talk about what we had achieved until now in Mahid project. Until now, we finished the first phase in the project, which is data collection application, and we displayed user location. Also, we finished extracting all the features that help building our machine learning model. In addition, we finished storing all features in the database. At the same time, we are writing the documentation for this project. So let's discuss the tools and technology to implement the project.
for the tools and technologies we are going to use to implement our application, we have Xcode IDE for iOS application development and Android Studio IDE for Android application development. For data storage, we will use SQLite database for data collection application. And for the machine learning model development, we will use your notebook with all the necessary libraries. And finally, for the programming languages that we will use to write the code on Java. So remember that at the beginning of the presentation, I talked to you about how the languages have brought many obstacles to our daily life and transport. Well, that's just life. Life is full of challenges, but also full of great opportunities. And if we did not take part in the solution, then these problems will never go away. And so with the road conditions here, if we, the citizens of Mecca, had participated and sat together, hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, then inshallah we shall reach for a brighter future and make Mecca a smart city. And let's not forget the words of the kindness brings Muhammad bin Salman. The Saudi strength is like that of Suwaid mountain, unbreakable unless this mountain is level and equal to the ground. Thank you very much. And now we are very glad to answer your questions.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you very much. And we have 5 minutes for questions. Could you please start, Dr. Sarah?
Yes, thank you, Musinas. Okay, first of all, thank you so much for this very engaging presentation. I literally was answering your question, Nada, and by you talking about all these sad moments when we wake up from a nap or sadly flips coffee cup. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so first, my question is, actually, Musinas just say that, which is why would you choose Agile for that? So why not waterfall? Why any other one?
Okay, we don't have a data set, so that's why we start from first semester, because we don't have a data set for interest.
Okay, so that's why you want to start to actually implement some of your system by starting with the data set.
Yes, we don't have it online or any other places, so we start building it by ourselves, collect it by ourselves, and we will make it available for others if they want.
Okay, how much did you collect? How much data? What's the size of your data that you've already collected, or you didn't start collecting that yet?
No, we will sooner start collecting.
Okay, so you just prepare the tools for collection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We only finished. Sorry.
Okay, great. Inshallah. Okay. Did you look into what kind of machine learning algorithms that you are going to use?
Yes, we look at نحن نستخدم support vector machine. نحن رشحناها بناء على إنه اطلعنا على نفس المواضيع السابقة اللي تعاملت مع السنسورز، يعني في المشاريع حقتها. طبعا إنه أفضل ألجوريثم إن شاء الله تتعامل معاه اللي هي support vector machine، وفي ألجوريثم ثاني كمان شفناها إنه تتعامل معاها بس بجودة أقل، وإنه ممكن إن شاء الله نجربها، بس الأساس إنه support vector machine إن شاء الله.
Okay, how many features do you have?
Initial 25 يعني.
Okay, 25. Okay, nice, inshallah. Okay, and so your idea will be a crowdsourcing data collection, or you just will do a first time data collection and that's it, and you will keep collecting data from people. So I'm trying to understand. Yeah, I'm trying to understand your model. So you first initialize, you have a data collection phase, and then you're done with that, or you will keep collecting through your application even after launching. So
that's a very good question. Actually, we had thought about that. So at the beginning we will collect data in order to train our model and to improve the accuracy of the model. We, as a future work, inshallah, collect the users to collect their data so we can use it to improve the accuracy. So we had it as a future work.
Okay, great, mashallah. Okay, thank you so much. That's all for my side.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Sarah, for your feedback. Let's go to the next group. Next group is group 18, and the topic is about medical community system. This group is supervised by Dr. Ilham Hassanin, who joined us yesterday to give us a very valuable feedback, and now it's her group turn to present, and assisted by Dr. Sarah, which is nice. It's a software-based project, and group members are طيف الدعدي, لجين الحكمي, سارة هشام, تغريد الزهراني, and Amira Al-Harthi. Sarah, you have permission to show your presentation now, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening. I am Tagreed, and my team will talk about virtual inpatient medical visit by Supervisor Dr. Ilham Al-Hassanin, and we will cover this subject. The studies show that patient psychology state has a big role in his recovery. Further, the presence of the companion and the visitor will definitely improve the patient condition. And as we Muslims should know about this more than others, as the Prophet Muhammad told us about how visiting inpatient is important in Islam by saying, خمس تجب للمسلم على أخيه رد السلام عيادة المريض اتباع الجنائز وإجابة الدعوة تشميت العاطس. So when COVID-19 started to become a global pandemic, as a result for that, visiting hours in hospitals and patient companion has been planned and cancelled to prevent the spread of the pandemic. Further, how many people have a relative that admitted in hospital and they were not able to be with the patient or visiting the patient, and how the situation affects on patients and relatives?
So the idea of the project is the system beats the hard circumstances and faces the challenge of difficulties of COVID-19 and allows to visitors and inpatient companions to get into hospital virtually and see their patients, and allow patients, inpatient companions to communicate with their patients' doctors in a safe and easy way.
In addition to that, during the Hajj season, the pilgrims come without their families. In 2019, 2 million pilgrims came to Mecca and 4,000 patients admitted in hospitals, and 1 million of them don't speak Arabic or English. Also, the medical history will be unknown to doctor, so we need collaboration with treating doctor from home country. So, in the Hajj, our project will certainly improve the condition of the patient. VIMV will be a collaborate in solving these problems and will provide an accompaniment and visitor for the patient. Also, in addition, a translator for non-Arabic or English speakers is provided during Hajj.
So, I will explain this scenario to make the project idea clear. The first scenario is the patient companion can communicate with the patient and the doctor in the patient room in the hospital. The second scenario is the patient communicate with the visitors from outside the hospital. In Hajj case, the patient companion communicate with the patient and the doctor, and the doctor also communicates with the treating doctor of the patient from home country when needed.
And in each case, the patient and doctor communicates with the translator when needed.
Here, our proposed solution has two parts, inside the hospital and outside the hospital. As well, the VIMV app will connect between patients inside the hospital and inpatient companion outside the hospital, absolutely through video call application. So, here is a set of applications that share the same point in terms of audio and video calls, also the internet. For example, we have here Zoom, as we all know it, also Facebook Messenger, and Microsoft Teams. Finally, Misibo application, which is suggested program to use it in our application. That's for several reasons, including one-on-one messaging and high quality voice and video calling, also high security via encryption and rich messaging like text, picture, video, audio, and other files.
So I will talk about proposed gadgets. It must have a mic, camera, and internet connection. The gadget will be used inside the hospital. It must have these features: easy of use, portability, energy conservation, and affordable. So we choose a tablet. Tablet has a screen touch and easy for use, and don't take a space in patient room. The gadgets will be used outside the hospital. It must have most common and available to user, so they don't have to buy new gadgets or new device to use the system. So here a statistic about the pollution around the world. It's 7.79 billion, and the user phone are 5.15 billion. It's most people are use phone. So we suggest smartphone, Android.
Smartphone Android statistics show that Android is more commonly used. For a year 2019-2020, we will work the prototype on Android, and after that, when successful, it will be applied to the iOS.
Proposed prototype system. Let's review what we said before. VIMV system, which depends on virtual online video connection. An app loaded in a smartphone runs Android operating system, and an app on tablet in the patient room. VIMV system will be used in hospital all year round, plus during Hajj seasons.
The method used is waterfall, and the stakeholders: patient, doctor, inpatient, companion, visitor, and translator. We propose to apply VIMV in a local hospital at Hajj 2021.
Finally, I would bring this presentation to end with this phrase: technology is best when it brings people together, and more best when it makes all people happy. Thank you for listening. Any question?
Thank you very much, Group 18. And now we'll question with Dr. Sarah. Could you please start, Dr. Sarah?
Yes. Thank you so much, Sinas. Thank you so much for your presentation. It's really nice presentation, and it's a really nice idea, and it's very concerning to those people who actually been isolated alone in hospitals. So while they are sick and suffering, they're actually alone. So that's really so first let me tell you about, or actually you have to tell me what is the difference between your application and any communication system, for example Zoom or Google Meet or any one of these. Can you just compare it to what other tools have, or actually the tools that you actually included? Okay, I will rephrase my question again. What is the difference between your application and just having a tablet that I install Zoom on it, for example, and I will communicate through it with someone else from outside the hospital?
هو الشيء بيكون يعني مقتبس دكتورة من الحياة، إنه بنوفر كومبينيون للمريض حتى إذا إنه يعني حتى بعد جائحة كورونا إذا ما عنده مواعيد مناسبة إنه يروح يزور المريض عادي يتواصل معه من outside the hospital يعني خلال الابليكيشن. وكمان إنه بنوفر له إنه يقدر يتواصل مباشرة مع الطبيب المعالج حق المريض، وبذلك بنخفف عبء المستشفيات وبنحافظ على سلامة المريض والمرافق.
يعني إحنا بنحاكي فعليا شو اسمه المرافق، بدل ما إنه يكون في المستشفى فيكون فعليا مباشرة مع المريض all the time يعني طوال الوقت. كمان إنه يكون شو اسمه يقدر يحضر جلسات المعاينة مع الدكتور والمريض. فإنه في بعضهم مثلا يقعد أوقات طويلة في المستشفى متنوم، فما في يعني ممكن يكون الكومبانيون إنه مشغول أو عنده كذا ظرف، فيكون التواصل بينهم مباشر زي كذا.
Yes, I totally understand your motivation. I'm just wondering, will want to just having Zoom or a tablet, like if I'm having my iPad or any other tablet, to the patient in the room, can I call him to that tablet directly without your application? What's the additional value that is added by your application? That's my question. What I mean is مثلا إيش الفرق لو أنا عندي جوال بس حطيت عليه أو استخدمته مباشرة بدون مع فيديو كاميرا سواء من أي من التطبيقات حقة التواصل؟ إيش الشيء اللي يقدمه الابليكيشن حقكم ما هو موجود في هذه الابليكيشن؟
إنه بنوفر في وقت الحج مترجمين بدل ما يكونون يعني راح يكون يدعم تطبيقنا المترجم بالنسبة للحجاج وقت الحج. يعني هذا التطبيق اللي يميزه، وثانيا السكيورتي راح يكون عالي.
طيب I would suggest إنه you can use your application as a hub. For example, if someone is on the other end is using Zoom, you can accept Zoom. And if someone else is using, if you want to group or do like a merge call between someone in Zoom and someone in Google Meet, you can do that through your app. That will be a huge advantage. You know what I mean? Did you get it? For example, if I'm having, so your application will be like a center or an application that will merge all these calls or accept any of these calls and can merge them together.
Yes.
Okay, so that will be a huge marketing value. So I'm suggesting thinking about such feature if that's possible.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sarah.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation. That was really nice. I wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Sarah. Thank you all, Group 18. We'll move to the next group. It's Group 19. Their project is about Hajj Smart Medical Booth. It's also supervised by Dr. Ilham Hassanein, who are with us, by the way. And this project is software-based project. The group members are Ram Tuim, Huda Sharif, Arij Al-Masoudi, Shifa Al-Karbi, and Busaina Jamal Al-Lail. Please start your presentation now. Busaina, you have the permission.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Arij Al-Masoudi and thank you for coming today. I will present our project Hajj Smart Medical Booth with my team members, and our supervisor is Ilham Hassani. In the season Hajj, very large number of pilgrims gather in the city of Mecca, where the number of pilgrims in 2018 reached more than 2.3 million pilgrims, and in 2019 the number of pilgrims reached 2.7 million. In 2020, it was planned that number of pilgrims would be 3 million. But due to COVID-19 disease, the number has become 10,000 pilgrims. Therefore, it's logic that in next year, in 2021, it will be 3 million as it was planned to be. 2030, the number of pilgrims at Umrah in 1 year will be 30 million, crowding to the kingdom figure. Next with China.
Hi, my name is Lutayna. I will talk about motivation. Now in the Hajj, there are 8 hospitals, 4 in Mina and 4 in Arafah. There are a doctor and volunteer development in the place of Hajj, Mina, Arafah, Muzdalifah, Hall Mosque, to take care of the health of the pilgrim, where his personal data, diagnosis, and immediately are taken. Among the diagnosis of the spread of infectious disease, such as meningitis or seasonal flu, or pandemic, such as COVID-19, which the World Health Organization declared in 1999 as a rapidly spreading global pandemic. And preventive measures have been taken, include social distance between people by a distance of 1 to 1.5 meters. The pilgrim will be presented in 4 areas for a period of 6 days, namely Mina, which has an area of 70 kilometers, Muzdalifah 10 kilometers, and Arafah with an area of 12 kilometers. And finally, the Hall Mosque with the area of 456 square meters. Amazing the crowding cases lead by the grocery of large number in small places, which make cases problem and difficult during the Hajj season. But in Mina, where the number of pilgrims is more than 2 million, the distance that will be between the pilgrim and the social distance that we will have calculated is approximately 0.100 meter in Mina, approximately 0.1000 meter in Muzdalifah, and approximately 0.60 meter in Arafah. So, if a COVID pandemic or similar pandemic spread in a season, it will be disaster. Therefore, the challenge is to limit or reducing the spread of disease and pandemic during Hajj.
I am Ram. Talk about a project idea is distribution of smart medical booths in Hajj area for early detection of think pilgrims and confirm medical of diagnosis in HSMP, then dispense prescribed medicine if needed. Finally, automatic self-sterilization of HSMP. So, main idea of the project is control of infection diseases during Hajj season. Related work, similar existing medical booths available, but not the same, have been tested and applied in the early stage of different countries, such as Dubai, France, and Amsterdam.
I am Shifa. I will talk proposed solution. The pilgrim wears a wearable Internet of Things where the data is sent from wallet to a special program for wallet. Then the data is extracted by the program that will be created by us. The program will monitor the vital signs of the pilgrim in the event of a low or high level, and the pilgrim will be alerted by the software after the alert arrives. The pilgrim opens the software and displays the nearest booth to him. The pilgrim enters the booth and an explanatory video will be showing how to wear the sensor. Then pilgrim wears the sensors and communicates with a doctor using telemedicine, where the doctor displays the vital signs of the pilgrim. If the pilgrim's condition is diagnosed with a disease, the doctor will send the prescription to the pharmacy inside the booth, and the medicine will be dispensed from it. If the pilgrim condition needs medical attention, he is told to wait inside the booth until the medical teams arrive for the pilgrim. After the pilgrim leaves, the booth will be completely and automatically sterilized.
I am Huda. Features or proposed prototype over existing similar systems are 1. Alert to the pilgrim in case of change vital signs. 2. HSMB displays occupied when patients inside.
3. Application displays the nearest booth. 4. Application displays nearest free HSMB. 5. HSMB blocked during self-sterilization. 6. Dispense the required medication. 7. Self-sterilizing of HSMB. We choose a waterfall methodology for our project. Main HSMB project stakeholders are pilgrims and doctors. Requirements are defined in the beginning, and the prototype is presented at the end.
Thank you very much, girls. This is 19. Now, Mike, with you, Dr. Sarah, if you have any comments or questions for them.
Yeah, thank you so much, Finas. First of all, thank you so much for your presentation. That was very clear and also engaging, mashallah. And I'm just wondering, are you going to design the booth yourself?
في بوث جاهزة نطلع عليها إذا مناسبة لنا نشوف ممكن نستخدم.
So did you look into the self-sterilizing methods, or is it also one of the booth features that's already built in?
لا احنا بحثنا عن التقييم في طرق ثانية لها ما حتكون جاية مع البوث.
Okay, so your work will have to think about, so you will do some work on wireless Internet of Things, and you have to do the remote connection with patient and doctor, and finally you do automatic sterilization, right?
Yes.
Okay, mashallah, that's okay, and yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's pharmacy, and so you have to dispense some medicine, prescribed medicine for according to the vital information that you have. And so, sorry, are you connecting with the real doctor, or it will be also automatically diagnosis?
فكرنا إنه نفس السنسور تكون ترسل البارت الثاني للدكتور ويتواصل مع المريض داخل البوث عن طريق ويدكس برنامج ويدكس يكون مفتوح دائما الاتصال ويتواصل معه.
Okay, mashallah. Yeah, that's great. That will be really challenging. I'm really looking forward to it. Wish you all the luck. I'm just advising you to try to contain, or at least not to go far away, and just focus on some methods that you can apply it so you can finish all that in time. Because it seems to really, mashallah, tabarakallah, that's great work, mashallah. I wish you all the best.
Unfortunately, the next project is the last one. And the next project, it's group 20, and their project is about proximity marketing, offers finders. This project is supervised by Dr. التالي. Dr. Asif is one of our faculty who is always supervised with us, so we're so grateful to him. This project is software based. The group members are شمال الدخطاني, تغريد المحمودي, ملاك الحاسب, فاطمة منديلي, شريف المتعاني, ورهاف اللهيدي.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Sharifa. Today I would like to explain to you the Offers Finder project. So the concept of proximity marketing is communicate with the potential customers at the right time and place, and personalize message on their smart devices. The notes can have exclusive offers in the store aisle or asking for feedback on a new product. So how does proximity work? By Beacon. So Beacon is a small wireless device that broadcasts wireless message in the form of text images, audio, or video. To nearby Bluetooth-enabled smartphones, the device can be used to implement proximity marketing where broadcast messages are associated with a particular place. What is a beacon with Bob? You can use a beacon everywhere. Education, airports, events, they work everywhere. And now my colleague Rahaf will talk more about the project idea.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Rahaf. I will talk you about the idea of our offer finder project by use beacon. With the development of technology, we began to search for an idea to improve the search for offer and a product available inside the mall, as it is difficult to enter every store to find offer or search for discount sticker in front of each store. So from here, we started with the idea of our project, which is easy access to offer and discount and making this message customized for each consumer. To grow stores revenue through the advertisement provided by the system. In addition to expanding and improving the concept of marketing by using technology to facilitate consumer access to information, store owner can earn temporary offer for a product or information about the availability of a new product by setting a beacon device to connect via Bluetooth signal to the shopper device and sending short pops a short message about offer and discount for him. It's imperative that the target consumer download and install the relevant mobile application on their smartphone to receive instant notification and that the shopper device is within the beacon level of 10 meters. The motivation for thinking about this type of project is the shortage of the use of technology in marketing despite the importance of internal marketing for our country and to keep up with the common marketing methods in various external markets and add them to internal markets. Using beacon device, that method is different from the traditional way of searching for offer and product information and motivate the shopper to get a lowest price in the market at the right time and place. Now, my friend Fatma will talk about our vision, our project vision and related work.
Our strategy utilizes digital marketing widely in different and any places. Our vision has no limits and it has many aspects. We will inshallah develop the project in the future and use the beacons in several different fields. Use it in the safety and social distancing solution. What we need in the present time and in the future, and related work in the project, the wall market application uses light bulbs to send push notification of discounts to customers, and target in the United States of America. Launch beacons to 50 locations to receive push notification. And Sephora send notification on his mobile to reminding him of the coupon in his wallet when the customer passes near the beacon. Now, Shumukh will talk about purpose, solution, and the methodology.
Hi everyone, I am Shumukh Ridahtani. I will talk about this pros solution. First thing, grow storage revenue through the advertisement brought by the system. Second, easy access to offers and discount and to have this message personalized for each customer. And also allowing the customer to say the notifications for the available overtime. Meaning that if the offers is for a day, 5 days, or 3 hours, he can see the offer through this time by via the application. Methodology and use approach. The method that we use, Agile. Why we choose use Agile? The reason for use this method is because it gives flexibility in work, allowing a change in the work schedule based on the change data for the entire project completion period, because we work in modern technology, the most common in the labor market, as you cannot find any method used in the market other than this method. While each sprint will have a document full software life cycle with all required information and graphics. In conclusion, we thank you for good listening.
Thank you very much, Shamil and Sharifa and all group. And now, Dr. Sarah, you have mic. If you have any comments or feedback, please.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ms. Inas. First of all, thank you so much for your presentation. That was really nice and clear. I have two questions. First question is, how would you deal with two beacons sending at the same time? For example, if there's two small shops coming next to each other, how would you deal with the signals coming from beacon 1, shop 1, and beacon 2 and shop 2?
السلام عليكم. طبعا الدكتور عندنا في التطبيق خاصية بأنه من يوم توصل الرسالة للمتسوق عنده خيار أنه يقبلها أو يرفضها. فهذه الرسالة تكون فيها العرض مقدم من أي شوب، والرينج حق البيكون 10 متر، يعني كل بيكون راح ينحط في 10 متر عفوا. فإذا كان مثلا سوقين متقاربين مثل ما قلتي، فخلاص هو راح يبين له اسم السوق وله الحقية أنه يرفض، وتجي رسالة السوق الثانية.
My second question, okay, thank you for that. That was clear. My second question is system. Can you give me, like, what will be your sprint? I think you have already planned your sprint. So what will be your sprint to start with? For example, what you will do first as minimum viable program or units, and then you will go to the next one.
Okay. Now we will يعني بدأنا في صفحة التحكم الخاصة بالأدمن اللي راح يتحكم بجهاز البيكون، وانتهينا منها الحمد لله. راح يتم تفعيل البيكون وربطه بصفحات الأدمن والتأكد من ارتباطهم والداتابيس، وإن شاء الله في قريب إن شاء الله راح نبدأ بالأبليكيشن والخصائص الخاصة بالمستخدم. طبعا في كمان خاصيات زيادة في دخل الأبليكيشن، اللي هي إنه يقدر المتسوق يسوي له لستة، يحط تاريخ مثلا زيارته لأي سوق، يعني زي البلان أو خطة مستقبليا لزياراته، ويقدر برضو يسوي سيرش على الأسواق ومعلوماتها ووسائل التواصل الخاصة فيها. يعني تقريبا هذه السبرنت اللي انتهينا منها، واللي راح نبدأ فيه الابليكيشن في القريب إن شاء الله.
بإذن الله. Okay, thank you so much. Those were my questions. I'm looking forward to see your applications in full. Thank you. And
thank you.
Yes, if I may comment, Ms. Inas, about the
presentations.
In general, mashallah, tabarakallah, I'm really impressed about all these, the diversity in these applications, or even the projects themselves. the presentation are really high quality, and literally, and even the presentation itself, I mean the slide designs and also the presentation, the people who were, or the students who were talking, truly it was a really nice experience. I really thank you so much for inviting me to attend, and I'm looking forward for all these presentations at the end of the next semester to see them, and inshallah to be applied in real world. بإذن
Thank you very much, Dr. Farah. Your comments and feedback are very valuable to the students, and it will give them another to look at their project from a different angle. So please, groups, take upon these feedback when you're working in your project. Well done, everyone. It was a very smooth presentation for every group, and we will take 30 minutes now, a break for Maghrib prayer. Thank you very much for attending. I will see you at 6:15, inshallah, for the next session, which will be joined as Dr. Aisha Tiami will be as a comment, who will be commenting on the project and discuss them with the project. Thank you very much.